Good morning. Thank you for joining us and bringing your blessing to our service this morning. We have a chance to really touch within at the beginning of our service as we start with prayer and meditation together. And then we have a special gift. We have one of those people who has grown in their wisdom and presence, who's going to be sharing with us their wisdom today. And with the beautiful music of Bejan in our service, I know you are going to be blessed, and thank you for sending your love and blessing here as a part of all of us growing together with great joy. Thank you.
This moment, in this place, in the stillness of our open hearts, we have come to share the presence of the God within and to hold a sacred space in this moment at this time, where we feel the oneness of all. We have come here to build a sanctuary of love in this moment, in this place, in this moment, in this place. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. Please remain seated and join us in singing our opening song, I Behold the Christ in You.
I can see you whole and free. I behold the Christ in you. I can see this as you walk. I can see this is all you do. I can see this as you talk. Behold God's love expressed. I can see you filled with power. I can see you ever blessed. See Christ in you hour by hour. I behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one, led by God in all you do. I can see God's work is done, led by God in all you do. I can see God's work is done.
Thank you, Liz and Steve, for leading our music today. And we have a very special gift. Bejan is back to be with us and share her special music. Thank you. And of course, always, phenomenal fusion. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Oh, so good morning. So take that deep breath through your heart and just enter into this place. Know that you are so welcome here, and to those of you online, we are thrilled to have you with us. So just turn and wave to them. Howdy, welcome home, everybody, from wherever you are. And if this is your first time being home here at Unity, or it's just still new to you, know that you're so welcome to be here. We just automatically know that everyone in this beautiful place, whether here really or virtually, I'm not quite sure how those terms go right. Anyway, is a part of this spiritual family. And as such, we are committed to a positive path for spiritual growth. And as we embrace this path, you will notice that there are times when we use languages, we use scriptures from many different spiritual traditions. I was surprised to realize that the tradition that we sang just a moment ago is what I call Old Unity. Before we began to broaden the term of the Christ into the divine presence, which is, of course, present in all the great religions traditions. So take that breath. And we get a little extra music we hadn't counted on there, but that's part of the gift of being here. What I'd like to invite us to do is to touch that very special place where we'll get it. We're working it. You'll get it. I know. Where we use this powerful spiritual tool that Unity has been sharing with the world, the tool of positive affirmative prayer. In that we call forth the awareness within us of our relationship to this divine presence. So join me in our opening affirmation. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Touching that presence within us each again. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Feeling that love. Please join me once again. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Gratefully, we are aware of this presence and power in and as our lives and all that fills our worlds. And we are so grateful. It is so here, now. Amen. And as we head into that gentle journey within that takes us and helps us prepare for our times of prayer and meditation together, let's begin by sharing a song together as we remain seated, and let that music guide us inward.
I now let go, there's nothing to fear. I now let go, there's nothing to fear. I now let go, there's nothing to fear.
So wiggle around, get comfortable, take that deep breath through your heart. Let's continue that inner journey. This time when we get to let go of all that stuff around us and touch this beautiful presence. Take that deep breath through your heart and let it go. Let this simple chant be part of the journey to the center of your heart. Join in this simple Om. The sacred Om is said to be that sound from which creation came forth. An ancient name for this divine presence that we seek to know. Father, Mother, God, divine love. In this moment, we seek to touch at depth the awareness of your presence. Not as an outer force somewhere controlling the universe, but as this presence within us. The love and life. The wisdom and peace. So we breathe into our hearts and allow our minds to quiet. And yet within those experiences we've known, we have seen and been touched by your presence so deeply. Even in this week, the touch of a friend's hand. The kindness of another. Laughter of a child. That which called us to peace within. For you are within us and all around us. And so gently, we let go of all the forms. The ways that we see your presence. And simply rest in your love. For in this sacred moment, what we know is the truth. That we are loved. Loved deeply and completely. In this sacred moment. What we know is there is only one You are all. You are love. And as we let go and simply rest in your love, we understand. I am love. I am love. I am peace. I am. So we enter into stillness, guided by the Master's words. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be. Mother, Father, God, beloved presence, infinite love, We're so grateful that your presence as divine love flows through our hearts. And so we take this moment and this beautiful power of choice that we have, and we choose to send this love out to bless and heal and uplift. And so as we radiate this love from our hearts, we send it first of all to our own bodies for health and vitality, for healing and wholeness. We send it to our minds and hearts for wisdom and understanding. And now we radiate this love, sending it to each one who is dear to us. We take this moment to enfold each one in our love, knowing that they are healed, lifted, blessed, guided, prospered, and they find that deep and beautiful peace and harmony of your presence in their lives. And this love flows from our heart. It flows across this spiritual community, blessing each one and every one in their worlds. It flows across all those prayer requests that are brought here. We join with each one knowing the beautiful truth that each person is enfolded in divine love and lifted to that which is the highest. And this love flows out from our hearts across the communities in which we live, on across our country and beyond all boundaries to the peoples of the world, healing its fears and bringing forth the desire for peace and the beautiful wisdom within each heart. And this love flows from our hearts. As we breathe it out through our hearts, it goes and joins with all who join us in prayer, whether in mosque or synagogue, temple or church, whether gathered at home or on the hillsides. For in seeking to know you, we are all one. And this love flows from our hearts. It touches this beautiful earth, bringing harmony to all her systems. Brings blessing to all her creatures. And this love enfolds the earth to touch the heart of every single person in the earth. For you are that love in every heart. And in this love we are one. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. Please join me. Divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And again, divine love flows through my heart, enfolding and blessing the world. And it is so here, now, in that radiant presence of peace and joy that is each heart. Amen.
No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. Still I've learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. Many of my dreams, they have been filled. And even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down the other road, beyond the hill, and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. So here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how time just flies. A love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes, leaving you with memories you memorize to keep your winters warm. There's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in the game, I want to play for life, for laughs, for love. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Yes, here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good gets better. Here's to life, here's to love, here's to you. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good gets even better. Here's to life, here's to love, here's to you.
Thank you, Bajan. My name is Jennifer Hooker, and it's my pleasure to highlight a few of the many upcoming activities here at Unity of Walnut Creek. We're pleased to have an outstanding Buddhist teacher visiting us next Sunday afternoon, and he will be addressing compassion for all beings. Our community baptism is on the first Sunday in September, and if you'd like to experience this gentle ritual of blessing, regardless of age, you're invited to attend our community baptism following the 11:30 service. And next Sunday is our Broadway Music Sunday, so wear your favorite Broadway outfit. And also our Heart First group meeting will be today at 2 p.m. And to find out about these and other wonderful activities and classes, please consult your bulletin and or our website And until you hear the gong, please enjoy taking a quick moment to greet the people immediately around you.
Song is a call and response. Liz is going to do the call part, and you and I will do the response.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love is all around.
Let me know that love is all around.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Let my steps reveal a path of peace.
Oh, let me walk each day a little wiser.
Let me walk each day a little wiser.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love
In a holy, holy way.
Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Grateful, grateful, grateful for all the love that I have. Grateful, so very grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. Every day I wake before I open my eyes, I count my blessings and I realize life is a miracle when I see it that way. I focus on the beauty, that's why I've got to say how I'm grateful, so very grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. Every day I'll wake before I open my eyes. I count my blessings and I realize the love. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful. I am grateful for all the love that I have. I am so grateful, grateful. I'm grateful for all the love that I have. I'm grateful for all of my friends. I'm grateful for all of my friends. I'm grateful for the peace in my heart. I'm grateful for the peace in my heart. I'm grateful for my wonderful life. I'm grateful for my wonderful life. I'm grateful for my abundance. Grateful for my abundance. Grateful for the peace that I feel. I'm grateful for the peace that I feel. I'm grateful for every blessing. I'm grateful for every blessing. Grateful for every blessing. I'm grateful for every blessing. So grateful.
Oh, and I'm grateful for you coming and singing with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Let's see. And I'm grateful that I get to give you a special gift today. It's a gift that actually you gave to the world because this marvelous being that's going to come up here and share with you in a moment is actually a part of our spiritual community. Now, he's been wandering around the world a little bit, and so it's taken him a while to get back home. But Blaine Tinsley was a part of our spiritual community for many years. And here he experienced that beautiful thing that we call spiritual awakening, and Spirit took a hold of him. I won't say gently, but it took a hold of him and sent him off to the Unity Ministerial School, where he learned and studied and was ordained a Unity minister, and that was with support and spiritually and otherwise from this community. And then he went on and served two marvelous churches in the St. Louis area. And then he did something that caused him to make the rest of the Unity ministers jealous. He went to Unity of Maui. And in spite of that, he's willing to come back and be here with us. And it's a very special thing to have that moment when someone that has been a part of the growth and expressing the beautiful spirituality and support that happens here goes out and touches that world and comes home. So help me welcome home Reverend Blaine Tinsley. Come on up here, Blaine. Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, it was, I think, 24 years ago that I walked in the doors that I think that used to be here and came and sat down somewhere over here and heard Carol Ruth Knox speak. And it scared the bejeebies out of me. In fact, I left and then came back, I'm thinking like 6 months later, and Reverend Marge Brett was here. And that scared me even more. And so I left, and then I came back sometime later looking for love. Yeah, somebody told me, if you want to find a good relationship, go to a church. And so I was looking all around, and somebody suggested coming here because they knew somebody who was here that they wanted to date. And so I came in here, and Reverend Sherry Culliver was speaking. And it grabbed me. That I ran away from years before finally had me, and it's had me ever since. And I'm so glad to be here. This is a dream come true for me, to speak here. I'd only spoken one time when I was here, and it was at a Wednesday night service or something, I think. And we did the Phantom of the Opera, sort of a talk based on that. So thank you for having me here. Thank you for your love and your support. You were so much a part of my journey and still are. And when I talk about my home church, this is it. So thank you. And so I've been in Hawaii for 2.5 years, been on Maui for 2.5 years, and I've been doing a little series based on Hawaiian tradition. And I want to share with you a Hawaiian parable and then tell you why it's important to me and how you can apply these principles and live even a more powerful life. And this Hawaiian parable, this is an ancient Hawaiian parable. And it goes like this. Aia ke ola I kawaha. Aia ke make I kawaha. And what that means is there is life in the mouth and there is death in the mouth. What we say, the words that we speak, and I learned this truth right here listening to Reverend Culliver, because every Sunday she'd say, "How are you?" And everybody would say, "Great!" And she would say, "Good choice." And so I learned right away that I have the power, we have the power, you have the power to speak. And what we speak zooms out to the universe and returns to us in like manner. And there's a way that we can even bring more power to our words, and I'm going to talk about that today. And this is not a new truth. It's an ancient Hawaiian truth. Also a truth that's in many paths of spirituality. And I think that perhaps Jesus said it best in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 12, verse 14. He said, "You brood of vipers." In other words, you knuckleheads. How can you speak good things when you are evil? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Remember that. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The good person brings good things out of a treasure, and the evil person brings evil things out of the evil treasure. I tell you, on the day of judgment, you will have to give an account for every careless word you utter. Where was this spoken? Remember the place? Sermon on the Mount. So Jesus is standing on a mountain, right? Representing metaphysically a high state of consciousness. So he's talking about consciousness here. This is a really powerful lesson that he's giving to everyone. So he's standing in an elevated place, speaking from that elevated consciousness. And he says, how can you speak good things when you are evil? Now, he's not saying that people are evil, but he says when you are thinking limited thoughts, when you're thinking wrong thoughts, your words then create limitation, right? You draw from that treasure of substance, which we all have access to, and we can either draw out of that good and bring prosperity and love, or we can draw from the other treasure of lack and limitation. And what we speak and what we draw from as we speak creates that manifestation in form. And so we get to choose. By our thoughts we can create, or by our thoughts we can destroy. In the Sutra of Pata, the Buddha said, a person is born with an axe in his mouth. Ooh, can you imagine what it must be like to have an axe in your mouth? It reminds me of a story. There was a Unity minister, and he is preparing his Sunday lesson. Yeah, and he's working working on it diligently, and his son is watching. And the minister is sitting in meditation. And then he's praying. And then he's meditating. And then he would write. And then he would listen. And he would write. And he would listen. And he would write. And his son says to him, "Dad, how do you know what to write?" And the minister says, "Well, God tells me." And he says, "Then how come you cross so much stuff out?" Well, that's what happens if we, sometimes we think about that treasure that's kind of limiting. And we want to be able to remember the truth and call on that essence of truth and life and light. And sometimes we have to cross stuff out. Does stuff ever enter your mind and you go, "Oh no, that's not it"? Yeah? And that's when you have to cross that out and remember the power of the truth. So, in this room, I found unity 24 years ago. In this room, I heard the truth for the same time, for the first time, to learn that my words have power. And Reverend Culliver also taught me something else that I remember, and that was, I am one with the presence of God. Do you remember hearing that for the first time? That I am one, that the presence of God is moving in and through and as me. I'm not the fullness of God. We're not each of us individually the fullness of God, but we are the perfect expression of God. And so one of the tools that we can use to fully express the presence of God in everything we think, say, and do is to remember that we are one with that presence. And because when we do so, we activate every cell and every space, every tissue, every thought in our mind, body, and spirit as we remember and as we know that truth. True for you. Does anybody here talk to themselves? Let me see. How many people talk to yourselves? Okay, how many people don't talk to themselves? Nobody. Okay. You see, you can admit it here because this is a unity church, and we can sort of. You don't look around when some questions like that asked. You just know, okay. But we know we all talk to ourselves, yeah. And the words that we talk to ourselves create what we are. They create that oneness, that power, that connection with Spirit. And so the more that we affirm that we're one with that presence, the more every cell in our body, all that connection with Spirit recognizes it, and we enlighten that, and we become one with that. So I'd like you to put this into practice today, and so I've created an affirmation that I think that you'll like, and that is, I am speaking words of truth and oneness to myself right now. I like to say right now because I want it to happen when? Right. Not when I leave the room. I want it to happen right now. I am speaking words of truth and oneness to myself right now. Let's say it together. I am speaking words of truth and oneness to myself right now. Just hold that for a second. I am the presence of God within you. Desires so much to experience that oneness, knows that oneness. That's the second idea. 2 weeks ago, I was in Kmart on Maui. Yes, we have a Kmart, and we have a Walmart, and we got a Costco, and that's about it. No Best Buy. What does one do without a Best Buy? But so you might remember, I've been drawn to Best Buy ever since I've been here. It's like, I got to go there. I don't think I'm gonna, though. But anyway, back to Kmart. I'm walking the aisles in Kmart, and And you might remember there's a hurricane coming. In fact, there's not one hurricane coming. There's 2 hurricanes coming. And the whole weather report is saying that we are dead on. They are coming for us. My landlord comes over and he's like, "Oh my God, we gotta secure everything. We gotta nail this wood up in front of the doors." And he says, "This house is made out of plywood and 2x4s. And if a little 60-mile-an-hour wind comes through here, this house is gonna explode, and everything that we own is gonna be gone. You can't be here the day of the hurricane." And so I'm like, "Oh my God!" Okay, so I go to Kmart and I'm running around Kmart and I'm getting batteries and flashlights and I got Coleman fluid and I'm putting all that stuff. And meantime, there's like everybody's pushing and shoving. It's like a madhouse in there. And, you're thinking you're going to reach for something, and all of a sudden 3 or 4 carts are in front of you. You go to grab some water. It's all gone. There was no water in any store on the whole island. And so I'm like, "Oh my God," and I'm feeling all this fear. What's going to happen? What happens if my house goes? I lose everything. What if my car goes? I lose everything that I own. And it could happen that fast. And so I'm running through Kmart, and people are bumping into me. They're cutting me off. They're standing in front of me, and I'm like, I want to scream. Yeah. And then I remembered, the presence of God's within me. Okay, but how about all these other people? They're all doing what I feel. Yeah? Well, they're all running around rampant and thinking they're dying. And I'm going, all of a sudden I have so much compassion for everybody and for myself. And I'm standing in line, and there's like 40 people ahead of me. And of course I'm thinking I got to do all this stuff. And then I decided, just breathe. Just breathe, Blaine. Take a breath. Relax. Take a breath with me. You probably need it. Okay, all right. So then I thought, okay, I can love myself. Okay, how about these other people? Maybe I can love them too. And I remembered that not only am I one with the presence of God, but so is everybody else. And I began to see them that way and to look at them that way, and just to breathe. And it's so interesting. Everything changed in an instant. I'm not saying I had the power to do that, but I had the power to change the way that I saw it. And I had the power to within me to be the presence of calmness. So I'm standing in a line. I don't know, how many people I tell you were in front of me? It gets bigger every time you tell the story. There's 50 people in front of me now. And so a cashier opens up, and she looks at me and says, "You, come here." I went right to the front of the line. I got my stuff, I turned around and I smiled, and she told me a joke, and it was like, oh my goodness. And I walked out. The hurricane, it was a what do they call them? It's a type 2. What's that called? Category 2, thank you. It was a Category 2 hurricane when it hit the Big Island, and it dispersed. We got 20 minutes of rain, and that was all. You see how powerful I am? Don't tell anybody. I don't want to take credit for that. So, the affirmation that I'd like you to know with me today is that I behold the presence of God in everyone. Wherever we are, whatever we are doing, we can powerfully impact our world by being the presence of God. You're talking about affirmations, haven't you? No. I behold the presence of God in everyone. Let's say that together. I behold the presence of God in everyone. I'd like to say right now at the end too. I behold the presence of God in everyone. When? Right now. So it is. Well, so I was in St. Louis. I've had 2 churches in St. Louis over 10 years. And I love my churches. We just had that sort of a connection with our churches. And I was in St. Charles, Missouri, which is just outside St. Louis. And I'd been there 5 years. And one night, when I was in meditation, and I felt something weird coming from my heart. It wasn't a heart attack, but something was going on. And so, you ever feel that? Kind of something is shifting in me, and I don't know what it is. So I sat in the silence and I just listened, and what I heard was, "You're done in St. Louis. You're done. Your work here is done." And I thought, and I cried. I'm a crier. They used to have a drainage thing over here somewhere where I sat, that I could put my head in, and my tears could, go out. So I'm like, oh no, really? And so I thought, okay, I'm going to sleep on it. So I went to bed, I slept on it, woke up the next morning, I meditation, I got the same message, "You're done in St. Louis." And so I thought, okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. Anybody ever have any changes in their life? And I stood up and said, "Okay, God, I'm done." I like to pray like this. "Okay, God, I'm done. I'll go anywhere, I'll do anything. I still want to do ministry if that's good." What I felt in my heart was, I'm done. I knew it. I can feel it. It was like this glow that went through me. It's kind of like Max Lafser, Reverend Max used to say, I don't know if this is exactly right, but it was something like this: "Oh boy, oh shit." And so a couple days later, I put my resume together, and I started sending out resumes. I knew there's a couple openings, and I sent those to a couple churches. And I'm kind of, starting to get a little bit excited about the possibility. And then somebody in this room called me. Anybody know who that is? Sandy Foreman called me. She was in Maui on the board of trustees, and she called me and said, "You know what? We're looking for a minister. Are you interested?" And I'm like, "Maui? St. Louis, Maui. Oh." I sent all my stuff out, and in a few days, they called me back and said, "We want a Skype interview with you." We Skyped. They called me back and said, "We like you. We want you to come try out." A month later, I went and tried out. They offered me the job when I was there, and I got the job. And where I am now, in Maui. So what I want you to, the part of this, and Jesus says it so well in the Sermon on the Mount, from this high state of consciousness, he says, for out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So the heart is like a generator. It's like a transformer. It's that place that transforms energy. We know that there's power in the words that we speak and the thoughts that we have, but what gives it power is knowing it in the heart. To act on the truth, we must know the truth. And you know the truth through meditation and prayer. And listening and asking. Sometimes I like to cover my heart, and I imagine you teach through this is, okay, what does my heart know? What is the truth for my heart? What is it that I can know about this situation, about this person, about this decision that I have to make that is the truth for me? And the presence of God will come through you in a powerful way and enlighten you, empower you, in everything that you need to know or be or do. It's all right here. Only, 18 inches away, I think, right? Is it 18? Yes. Thanks for your help, David. I really... He's got little cue cards that he's showing me. So the proverb for today is, Aya ke ola I ka waha. Aya ke make I ka waha. And I invite you to practice this week and in the rest of your life. The words that you speak have the ability to create. So connect with your heart and experience and express the presence of God that so much wants to love through you and to be through you. I listen with my heart and speak words that create a loving world. I listen with my heart and speak words that create a loving world. Let's say it together. I listen with my heart and speak words that create a loving world. In Hawaii, we say aloha, which means hello. It means I love you, and it means goodbye. Aloha. Thank you.
Our heart ministers are available after the service today to offer prayer support for challenges or celebrations. And you may see them in the sanctuary, out on the patio, on the grounds, and they are the ones wearing the lavender stoles. And at any time, you can send a prayer request from our website. I ask everyone to please take a connection card from the seat pocket in front of you. And we invite each of you to take a moment to fill out this card if you have a prayer request, a question, or a comment. And if you're new to Unity, you're invited to fill out the card and to also go to our welcome table out on the patio after the service, and we'd enjoy getting to know you better. Thank you for checking the box if you're joining us in our weekly spiritual focus. And our spiritual focus this week is, I speak from my heart. And the ushers will receive your card with the offering toward the end of the music. It's now time for our prosperity celebration. For credit card donations, there are envelopes provided in the seat pockets in front of you. And for those of you watching at home, you can click on the donate button on our Watch Live page. One of the great teachings of truth is the awareness that God is the source of all our good. Every blessing that fills our lives is the expression of the goodness and love of the divine. As we focus upon God as the source of all our good, we open to receive ever-expanding abundance. I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and be aware that God is the source of all our good. Please repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
All right, good morning, Unity of Walnut Creek. Blessings, sweet blessings to you. God is, and so am I. Oh yes, this is God is love. God is love, and it's pouring out of me. My God is love, and it's pouring out of me. God is love, and it's pouring out of me. God is love. God is joy, and it's pouring out of me. My God is joy, and it's pouring out of me. Yeah, God is joy, and it's pouring out of me. God is joy. God is love and it's pouring out of me. My God is love and it's pouring out of me. Yeah, God is love and it's pouring out of me. God is love. God is, God is, God is, God is, God is, oh yes, God is, God is, God is love, God is joy, God is peace, God is joy, God is love, sweet love. My God, so wonderful. My God, so wonderful. My God, so wonderful. My God, so wonderful. My God, God is love and it's pouring out of me. My God is love and it's pouring out of me. God is love and it's pouring out of me. It's pouring out of me. Yes, pouring out of me. Oh yes it is. Pouring out of me. Pouring God bless you. Bless the babies. God bless you.
We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching, we are marching, marching, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God.
All right, take these beautiful beings in your heart and let's share our blessing together. Children, you are loved, special, and important. The light of God shines through you. And let's stand and share together our prayer protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God ever present, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let
love and the light and the peace in the earth right now. So let it shine and have fun.